Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with a trailer reaction. This time I'm going to be reacting to a new Red vs. Blue trailer. They said earlier in the year that they were coming out with one last proper season of Red vs. Blue. Season 18, Red vs. Blue Zero. It was not the greatest. Let's just say that right up front. Was not the greatest. I like Torian. I like what they were trying to do. I like that they were bringing back the action of the Freelancer, Project Freelancer. The problem was they introduced a new crew, and they kind of tried to have the same mix of, oh, these are the lovable idiots, and here's the super trained professionals. The problem is Red vs. Blue had 5 years of us getting to know the lovable idiots, and it made sense, and they integrated them in with the professionals and showed how they came to be together. In Red vs. Blue Zero, they kind of just threw them together as if somebody decided to make this team that way, and it just kind of fell flat. Now, when they did the little spin-off of the Shedder Squad that was like the family sitcom thing, and they kind of made it like Full House and Family Matters, I actually thought that was fun. That did a lot to ingratiate those characters on me, and when I went back and watched Zero after that, I appreciated it a little more. That said, I wish they hadn't canceled it. I wish they had given it a few more seasons to actually maybe garner up a fandom for it, garner up a love of those characters, and address some of the flaws. But unfortunately, they're owned by Warner now, and they don't get to make mistakes and adapt. They make a mistake, it gets canceled. So that's that. And they're saying it's going to be one more season. A lot of weight, but that makes you wonder what's going on with Rooster Teeth after this. Ruby's kind of in a rut. I didn't like season 9 at first. It grew on me. I did have my issues with it, but overall I think it was good. But they're having to sell that to Crunchyroll. They don't even put that on their own streaming service. I am worried for Rooster Teeth that this is kind of like the old guard are going to do this. They're going to split out of the company, and this company is going to get closed, and it's basically going to become IPs for other studios to farm out to. Specifically, they might do something with Red vs. Blue, although because it's partly owned by I see that probably going away completely, and I see a big probability of something like Ruby just kind of being a property, and maybe making the Death Battle team just its own little team on its own, or that could be a victim. Death Battle can't carry Rooster Teeth, but the podcast, the different things, like all of that, the viewership, everything's been going downhill. A lot of it is, the narrative. Fans don't like being lectured to. That's just what it is. Whether they're right or they're wrong or that, fans just don't like being lectured to. So Rooster Teeth, in my opinion, is not what it once was. Doesn't mean I still don't love their content, and I am looking forward to this trailer. So with that, let's get into it. Oh, that new Rooster Teeth logo. But wait, this is the end of season 13. They finally going to show us what that battle was like?
Okay, let's move
that really upset fans.
run it again with these parameters.
Church, okay. Absolutely.
I have to go.
Put that away. Sorry. Give me simulation Indigo 7-4, but add in 30% personnel loss, and then run it recursively up through 90% in whole units. On it.
I have to go. Don't worry. You'll see me
Guys,
again.
why is this one playing? Who keeps running this?
Text. Omega?
You? ready for what's next.
Like this? You really think this is possible?
Zero.
That one's just cool. You know what? Maybe try not being an asshole for once. If I can just
It's
run enough
talking to the
simulations,
fans.
You've already run millions.
If I just run enough, I can get them ready.
No, you can't think of everything. You can't make it perfect.
I can get better. Someone once told me, better can be good enough. And I have time. Time means something
Where's that
different to me
text?
But you're forgetting something, aren't you? Oh, you
Who is that
feel
voice?
something right at the edges of your mind. A lost memory. Oh, and like you always say,
Memory is the key.
oh, you've run so many of these simulations. Okay, what have you learned?
that I have to do what I'm about to do. But if I do it, we always end up in the same place.
That's right. And that's where I'll be. That is where we will be. At the end.
It can work. I know it can work. Faith. I just have to have faith. It'll work. But I guess I'll never know. Ain't that a bitch? Let's run one more.
Written by Bernie Burns. Okay. Directed by Matt Holm. Good there. The final season this fall. Okay. Oh, well. I'm sorry, I got really quiet there. There was just a lot to take in. I don't know what to think. I am one of those fans. Now, we talked about Zero. I was not a fan. I'm not trying to defend Zero. But, although I thought there was, potential they could have gone with it, if they stuck with it. When it comes to season 15, season 16, and yes, definitely season 17, I absolutely love them. I love rewatching them. And every time I watch a reactor react to them, I'm always surprised by the fandom just telling them, don't even bother with these seasons. And I really think it is. And they're going back. They're listening to fans, but I'm kind of upset. I'm a little worried about this because fans were so mad that when Church says, he's going to die and he's not going to see how that all plays out. And that's how the season ends. He dies, cuts to black. We don't see if they make it out. Season 14, that was kind of the breather season. They did all the different through the multiverse kind of stuff. Just little skits back all through the timeline. Little bits, but nothing past season 13 was shown. Then, season 15. The first half of season 15, we don't even have our reds and blues. We don't get to see an answer to this. So we're like a half, I should say a third in, and we finally meet the reds and blues, and we hear them basically describe the battle, but we never see the battle. And I feel like that upset fans, especially when you think of the time period here. We're talking years. This isn't like a reactor who reacts to one season the next season. So yeah, not only was there a whole season 14 and a whole first portion of season 15, but there's year breaks in between. This is a long drawn out thing, and fans are like just hypothesizing. They're building it up. Where does it go next? And I think they got it so hyped it could not possibly live up to what they wanted, and they were really upset that the show went kind of in a different story direction. I really liked the direction it went in. I loved the evil doppelganger season content, and then the time travel plot all throughout time, fighting the gods who end up being ancient AIs. Oh, sorry, spoilers. If you're watching a trailer for the final season, 18, yes, but yes, 16 and 17, they're fighting what ends up being AI that got sent back in time to be gods, and they've been, tricking people into believing they're gods. And they've destroyed pizza, and they got to go through time to fix pizza. That's totally it's the stakes are like super high on this, but like the fact that like it's the pizza quest, like that's totally red versus blue. I love the comedy, I love the action, I love Donut finally getting his chance. The Donut versus O'Malley battle that takes place like on the World War II planes wings, and then over into the boxing ring, and then onto the moon, Delano. It's just, it's such a great seasons. I love them. I don't want them to retcon them just because a bunch of fans are saying, no. So, but Church is back. Bernie Burns is writing it. Bernie Burns is a masterclass in writing. Matt's directing it, so we still have that. Now, I recently heard that Gus is leaving Rooster Teeth. I gotta wonder if this is gonna be the last Rooster Teeth thing with Gus in it. And when I heard Gus was leaving Rooster Teeth, like that was like, to me, that's the writing on the walls, because Gus was a lifer. Like the fact that he's retiring, he's like, I'm done. He was the baby of the group, even though he's got the he jokes, he has the old man face, but he's the youngest of the original crew, and the fact that he's retiring, he's moving on, and handing over the podcast. I just don't know where Rooster Teeth is going to go with this. But oh shoot, there was more. 343 Industries. Okay, there was nothing that was advertised. I thought maybe there'd be another clip scene, so I just realized I stopped the video before it was over. But yeah, this is one of those things where I really think that it could be really good. It could be really good. It could also, they're treading on very iffy ground here. So let's hope they nail it and go out with a bang.